Hello, I'm Jody Brenner Ginsburg of Ginsburg Law Offices. Today I want to talk to you about some things that you should avoid when you have a workers' compensation claim, an effort to help you with the claim, if that makes any sense. Meaning, when you get hurt at work, it is extremely important that you immediately inform your supervisor of your injury. While the law tells you that you have 30 days to do it, I would recommend that you immediately report it. For whatever reason, employers like to say, well, the longer you wait, the less likely they believe you that it actually happened at work. You get hurt at work, go to the supervisor and report it. Number two, I would also suggest to you that you not just report it verbally, but that you follow it up with a text. You actually fill out an incident report and get a copy of it. You send an email to your boss or to HR, and if you need to, you fax something. My point is that verbally telling something to a boss usually is not going to get you very far. One, they're not going to remember. Two, they might remember, but they won't remember, if you understand what I'm saying. Oh, you never told me that. I don't know what you're talking about. And then 31 days goes by from the date of injury, and they're like, no, you never reported that. So if you put it in writing, whether it's a text, an email, a fax, an incident report, and you keep a copy of it, because they may say that they don't have a copy of it, or you never did it, so keep a copy of that incident report. It's extremely important that you do that. While you're putting that information into your supervisor, another piece of advice to keep in mind, and that is when you hurt yourself, make sure that you report every body part that you have pain in, that you hurt. Now, some people will say, well, I fell on my knee and my shoulder. My knee really doesn't hurt right now. I'm just going to tell them I hurt my shoulder. Big mistake. Because you don't know 2 days from now if that knee is going to swell up. You don't know 2 days from now if in actuality you actually have a tear in that knee. You don't know really what's wrong with you. So every single body part that you injured or feel pain in, you need to report and you need to put that in writing. Extremely important. Another piece of advice I'll give you in terms of not failing to do something would be when you go to the doctor. Make sure you're telling that doctor every single body part that you have injured. Many of these industrial clinics have a habit of only paying attention to one or two of the things that you are complaining about. But reality is that I've hurt my shoulder. I just have a case right now. The lady hurt her shoulder, her knee, and her back. The first 2 times she went to the industrial clinic, the only thing that's referenced in the notes is that she hurt her shoulder and her knee. She had been telling them all along that she had hurt her back. She hired us. I asked her to please immediately go back to the doctor and make it very clear that the notes were incorrect, that she had been telling them each time that it was not just the shoulder, not just the knee, but also the back. Those are very, very critical things because down the road, when you want to come back and try to get treatment for those body parts, down the road, might need an MRI for those body parts. Down the road, when you're talking about settling your case, when the insurance company doesn't see it right off the bat that that's included, they're going to discount it. They're going to say, no, you don't get an MRI for your knee if you don't report it. But I did. Go back to the doctor and make sure it's in there. Make sure it's listed in that incident report. Make sure it's in your text. Very, very important. I also have folks who've called me months down the road and said, well, I didn't want to report my job injury because I was afraid I was going to get fired. Folks, look, there's no guarantee in the state of Georgia that you get to keep your job, whether you get hurt or not get hurt, whether you get a lawyer or you don't get a lawyer. They can fire you tomorrow because you didn't tie your shoes correctly. So keep in mind that you need to protect yourself. You need to protect your body. And if you have a workers' compensation claim, you need to protect that claim. Because down the road, you may have an injured body part. You won't be able to perform your job anyway, and they're probably going to fire you at that point in time. If you would like the benefit of our information that we've been doing here for over 3 decades, give me a call. I'm more than glad to speak to you about the things you should avoid in a workers' compensation claim, and if you haven't avoided them, how to help you get through it if possible. I'm at 770-351-0801. Thank you.
Hi, this is Jody, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about all rights and benefits available to you under the Georgia Workers' Injury Laws, I'd like to invite you to download my Georgia Workers' Compensation Survival Kit that I created for folks just like you. Some of the topics I cover include, can I get fired for filing a work injury claim? 8 critical mistakes to avoid. Is it true that the insurance company will hire a private investigator to follow me around and videotape my activities? What happens when the insurance company is late with my weekly wage payments? 7 specific tactics I recommend to maximize your case settlement value. If you or a loved one needs to maximize your recovery from your Georgia workers' compensation claim, you'll find this survival kit important reading. Download your survival kit right now and at no cost. Just visit my website and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now, and as always, I wish you the best.